started using ketamine in 2022, December. I was in a really serious car accident with my mum and stepdad 2 weeks after my 18th birthday. And I was in hospital for 2 weeks. I lost my hearing. I had a pin and plate in my right femur, and I had a bleeding on the brain, as you can see my scar. And obviously I come into compensation as the years went on. When I got the money, it was around about October time. I was living with my mum. I had an NHS job, as in catering for poorly patients, and I absolutely loved it. We were planning on what was going to happen with my money. At the time, it was near enough Christmas, about the 22nd of December 2022. There was a guy outside of my work area as I was on my break. He was like, oh, we could have an after party, because we were originally going to a party in town with my friends. And I said, no, I'm not going. Obviously, I was out with my friends, had a couple of drinks, and he messaged me whilst I was at McDonald's at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was trying to get my cousin to come with me, and she wasn't having any of it. So me, silly, went over on my own and spent 2 weeks there at his. And on that day, morning, we was having conversations about drugs, and he brought up ketamine. I had tried ketamine before, but I never got hooked onto it. But then it was like the trauma came, and then he explained about the ketamine. Then I was taking the ketamine, and then I got hooked, basically. I was at his for 2 weeks, and we were taking drugs, hardcore, ket, acid, coke, weed. I wasn't sober, couldn't feel anything, and in that predicament, I was in love with the highness and him high. I can't really remember a lot of it, because obviously with ketamine, it can blur, it can make you go like your brain just not there. It's like a switch off. You can take 1 or 2 keys, and then that switch just goes in like 25 minutes, and you could be gone out for God knows how long. So I must have said something at the time about my compensation, and he was saying we can get rich, make more money from what you've already got. So in those 2 weeks, I was on the phone to my bank, obviously still under the influence of ketamine. The bank could tell something was wrong whilst I was on the phone, but I'm deaf in my right ear from the car accident. So me in the state of ketiness, I'm putting the phone up to my ear, because I'm so used to putting my phone up to my right ear, and I'm going, I can't understand. I got flashbacks from this, and I'm like, I can't understand. And the guy on the phone kept on saying, are you sure you want to send it? Are you sure? And I kept saying, yeah. And if I say yeah, obviously, because I'm the account holder, they're going to allow me. I was obsessed with him. I loved him. But I was high. It felt like I had an infection at first, and I didn't think anything of it. And then it got to the point where one day he picked me up and took me out for a meal, and I always had I couldn't go out of the house without a bag of ket. Could not go out of the house without a bag. He picked me up. He took me to a restaurant, and I looked nice and everything. And I went into the toilet, and I took a sniff. And as I got up and went and washed my hands, I had the biggest pain in my stomach. The woman come out the toilet and said to me, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I can't move. I feel like something's ripping my insides." So silly me took another sniff to see if it would go. It just got worse. So I walked out, and my food come, and I was like, I can't eat that. And he was like, what's up? I want to go. He was like, why? I said, I don't know what's wrong. I just wanted to go home. He packed all the food up. And he was like, if something's wrong, you've got to go to hospital. I was like, no, I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed and see if it will be gone by tomorrow. Was it hell? I was rolling around my bed. I was full on, like, sweating. I was up, down, forced myself to be sick so it could get gone. He went out to petrol stations to try and find the best thing for me to, like, get rid of the pain. When I was binging, like, a month ago, like, proper binging, like, 5 bags in, God, like, like 3.5 a day. I started to feel like acid refluxes, like in my gallbladder, and like just gurgling noises, like that doesn't even sound good. Like I could tell my body was telling me, please, just give me a break. And like I could hear that, like my body telling me, please give me a break. But I was like, it helps though, and it would make me sad. It would make me cry. Like I don't even look in the mirror, and I can't even stand. Even my partner today, he says you stand so much, but he used to tell me to put my back straight, but I just couldn't because I've been in a position for like that for so long with cramps. I must have been in a position like that for about 3.5 months. I was bedbound for so long. My mum gave me codeine, she did, but she would rather me go to sleep so I can't feel the pain. She would obviously sit there and be with me just in case. But yeah, even sometimes I would have to be in a position where I'm on my hands and knees on bed and I would fall asleep like that, basically. And because I'm in all, could be a yoga teacher by the end of it. I couldn't physically kill myself, but that's how I wanted to go. I wanted to OD. I didn't want to be there for me to feel the pain. If I couldn't physically feel the pain for myself, so I'd rather just kind of like OD'd in that kind of way. It's something that I wouldn't even want my own worst enemy to go through, to be fair. And I have had a lot of pain, lots of loss of cell, well, lining. I thought it was cells at first, but they said it's the lining of my bladder. And it is jelly and yellow and red, and to see it as well, and for other people to see it as well, it's not nice. And for them, like when I go to the toilet and the girls come, they can see I'm in agony, and they're like, oh, like telling me to squeeze the hand because I've got bruises all here because I'm holding like that on the toilet. I've had buckets in my room because I live in a shed as well, so sometimes if someone's on the toilet, that's it. I have wet myself. I feel like I have to plan my day out. It's just shit, and it's not worth getting hooked onto. Yeah, oh god, like I don't even know how my friends have put up with me. I know I'm such a lively and bubbly person, but when I'm at home, I'm like I just want to cry. And I have got angry at myself. I pulled my hair because of why? Why have I done this? But it's not just that I've done it as well. There's other things that have caused it, which I totally understand why there is people out there who take drugs, but there is definitely help out there. I felt embarrassed for myself, and not just for myself, but for my mum as well, because throughout the whole year I was in that house, I didn't tell her. So that was another thing adding to my addiction. I lost my best friend, and she was worried sick. And it just come to the point where I says, "Mom, I've got to tell you, I've been sat in this house for nearly a year. I've been hooked on the cat. I've lost all my money. I'm nearly homeless, and I've got to go and ask for help." Yeah. I got fed up with the pain, the toilet, the way I was bedbound for so many months, and I'm not active. Like I was walking around with a trolley, serving poorly patients food and making their day, and now I'm sat in a shared accommodation, bedbound with cramps, backache, and neck ache, and water bottles all over me, sweating my tits off. And I'm like, this is not me. I've got to get help. Like, I've got to find somewhere to live, or I'm going to be on the streets. And I've got to go and ask for some help through Cat. And then that's how I met. I did struggle to find the right person to help. I did have two other workers before Beth, and it just wasn't it. Like, seriously, like, you have to have a connection with your worker for it to work. I don't even know what to say because she's amazing. Like, she listens, she's like a friend, like, who will understand and try and listen to what I want and what's best for me. And I really appreciate her for doing her job. But when I walked in, I felt like I said embarrassed, and I thought like it's all older people as well, like older generation, like people who struggle basically. But I just thought I've got to do it because I've walked in twice, obviously before, but I'd never come back. Um, and then obviously they said about Beth, and then I got into conversation with her, and then I thought it's okay. I'm just the same as these people, but I've just not gone for so long down the line like some of these people have here, which is very sad to see. And I thought that's not an inspiration for me, but it's something to me to look at and think that's the way I don't want to go. There's no need to be scared. There is no need to be scared. All I can just say is just go get the help and just go and find your person that will help you. I look in the mirror and I think, what? I've got a massive gold mirror, like massive, and it looks at me every day, and I think, well, now I look at it every day and I think I'm getting better. I look pretty. I feel pretty. I would love to just feel like, oh, I've done 365 days sober. So I would love to say that, and I feel like 2026 is going to be the year, really.